السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اليوم عندنا لعبة أبو قدر، اسمها أبو قدر من اليوم رايح. اللعبة كيف نظام أسلمكم الله، إنك في قدر، فهمت؟ معك ذا العصا أو إنك لين توصل للنهاية. حرفيا لعبة ضغط، رفع الضغط. نصور الساعة 3 الفجر، نشوف هل بيرتفع ضغطنا ولا لا. يعني البداية هذه سهلة، أنا قد لعبتها في الجوال بس نعم هذه أول مرة صدق. كيف فيها سهولة؟ بس بالله أحطها كذا.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due,
اللي أتذكر إن فيه أشياء
or if you left your
قدام.
wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend
السلام.
and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back.
لازم يحذف عمري، فهمتوا؟ لازم كذا.
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point.
لا شكرا ولا عفوا.
Find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress always, even your mistakes.
الله يقلعك يا شيخ.
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazzo, a mysterious Czech designer who is known at the time as the father of B games. B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. That act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this edge blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident once you have the correct method. The correct equipment, or just by spending enough time. In that sense, in Sexy Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape and starting fresh with new ideas.
طلعت فيه شيخ. ايوه راح تتحمس، بيسحب بشويش، يتكبر بشويش. لحد يجيب العيد.
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated
تعدينا الصعب.
objects, bought in a store and
لا
assembled
والله
into
في
a
أصعب
robot.
قدام بعد.
And for the most part, that hasn't happened. Because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look
والله
bad or that
تراش
they're badly
وجهك.
made, although a lot of them are.
أنا زبالة.
I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context. And once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
هذا اللي يرفع ضغطك زيادة. هذا اللي يرفع
Over
ضغطك
time, we've
زيادة.
poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs
حاول
the things that
ختمها
are fresh,
ذا المقطع.
untainted and unused. When everything around
كان
us is cultural
بيطلع
trash,
طويل والله.
trash becomes the new medium. Be movies, be music, be philosophy.
شي يضيع الماوس. شيخ لا ترفع ضغطي. اسمع الصوت الحديد. اسمع صوت الحديد يا رجل. اصبر 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 اصبر. ابيه يكون قريب لي عشان كل شيء واضح. مشكلة اسمع صوت كأنه يشرب. استغفر الله. خلونا رياجين. نعم الله خير. اصبروا 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 يا شباب. هذا الحين كذا صح؟ ايوه.
Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity.
ما حاجة اللي تضرب زي كذا. والله ما اخذت اليوم. بهذا مش يضرب يدف. ايوه لو سهله. اوك يا ما بعيد كذا كذا. اوه نو نو. بس قلت بحاول اضبطها. ايوه يا اخي.
The vertical wall here has a way of getting it harder the more times you try it. I think anger makes you swing the hammer harder and that can push you away from the wall. No. Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
يا ولد بس ما شاء الله الله يعلي عضلات درجة ما شاء الله انه للحين متحمل عمره. ما شاء الله ما شاء الله بس خلني اوصل يا ولد. يكفى. ايوه ايوه اذا انا سويت ارفع عمرك كذا كاش. ايوه 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 تكفى يا ضيدان. لا لا كذا انت عرفت الحين كيف؟ تكفى يا ضيدان تكفى تكفى تكفى. وما ودي اني اقوي بعدين ارجع للبداية حرفيا.
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. Mary Pickford.
يلا تكفى لا تكفى لا الحماس لا انا عارفه. ايه يا شيخ اني نكمل عين من الله خير. تكفى لا ما ابي اسمع الطيمة هذه ما ابي اسمع. الحمد لله الحمد لله. ان شاء الله ما في يعني فخ.
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, Scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight. The that's the deal. Yes,
انا ليش مصور؟ مع السلامة.